Hey guys, Eli here. Got an album review, and today I'm going to be talking about 2017's Necropolis from Rotten Tomb. Rotten Tomb are a death metal band based in Chile, forming in 2016. They have been quite busy, recording 8 releases in just 6 years, 3 of them in 2017, the year of this excellent EP. This band is comprised of veterans from the Chilean black and death metal scene, sharing members with bands like Atomicide, Darkest Force, and Hades. So, going into this, I figured it would be your typical primitive style, nasty death metal. And while it would almost be an insult to the band to say that it's not, there's more here. Much more. No, it's not some progressive showcase of overblown technicality. Yes, these guys can play their instruments, and yes, they can write songs. This is a breath of fresh air in a once more oversaturated scene. As I put this on, I prepared myself for another decent death metal album that surely I would forget in about a day or two. Well, I'm happy to report that not to be the case here. I mean, due to location, I did kind of expect to like it, since most bands from Chile have hit that sweet spot for me. However, Rotten Tomb have their own sound. They have their influences, but they aren't trying to be their influences. This is, of course, putrid death metal, but there's just the right amount of sophistication, usually in the form of almost James Murphy guitar solos that rise up from the murky riff work, adding nice atmospherics to every single song, reminding me of early releases from Graveyard out of Spain, although they seem to draw more from their Swedish influences. The comparison still works. Everything works well in this EP. The production is good to the point where everything is audible and nothing's overdone in the mix. The riffs are heavy and murky and almost use more to add to the sinister atmosphere instead of being catchy and chunky. They are perfect and I love it. The vocals sit behind a little bit in the mix and I wouldn't change a thing. They have just the right amount of reverb. I basically already said it all by now, but everything works here exactly the way it was supposed to. So I'd say this would definitely be for fans of Necros Christos. Again, like I said, Graveyard from Spain, Grave Miasma, Deteriorat, and even the mighty Incantation themselves. So this was released on a label called Apocalyptic Productions, but it looks like that label might not exist anymore. A label called Ancestral Terror Records put out a very limited run of cassettes, and for your guys' sake, I'm hoping someone does a repress of this EP. If you can't track down a copy yet, you could skip to the front of the line and pick up their debut full-length, which just came out this year. I haven't even heard it yet. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this review, and I hope you found some new music to listen to. As always, thanks for stopping by. Whoops, I almost forgot. I got to score this thing. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.5 out of 5. I liked it that much. Yeah, I know it's an EP and it's fairly short, but the entire runtime for me is just super enjoyable. I'm finding that some bands can, especially some newer bands, can put out like an EP that's really good, maybe even a couple of them, and then by the time they release a full length, they just can't they can't keep me interested for that long. And I'm hoping Rotten Tomb aren't one of those bands, but yeah, definitely a 4.5 out of 5, almost leaning towards a 5. So, anyways, thanks guys.